Now, IEBC Chair Wafula Chebukati and other commissioners have since this morning been meeting representatives of President Uhuru Kenyatta of the Jubilee Party and Raila Odinga, the NASA presidential candidate, as part of preparations for the repeat presidential election slated for October 26th. President Uhuru Kenyatta is represented by Secretary General Raphael Tuju, while Raila Odinga, whose NASA coalition had initially stated that it is not comfortable with the meeting, sent Siaya Senator James Orengo and NASA CEO Norman Magaya to the meeting. The meetings organized by the IEBC were meant to bring stakeholders in the election to the table to iron out issues that were brought out of the Supreme Court in its ruling that annulled President Uhuru Kenyatta's win in the August 8th election. We now join Andrew Ocheng live from the Bomas of Kenya, the venue of the meeting. Andrew, what can you tell us at this hour?
The afternoon session of the meeting just started less than 30 minutes ago. It delayed in starting because the NASA agents who are representing the NASA side in this meeting came in very late, after 3:30, an hour later than the meeting should have begun. The afternoon session was supposed to begin at 2:30. I remember earlier on the morning session was sort of called off because of disagreements in the agenda on what was to be discussed in the meeting. So right now we are still waiting for the meeting to go on. We don't know how long it will go on. We don't know whether now they have agreed on the agenda because, as I mentioned earlier, it is a closed door session, and even next to the building, the security of the IEBC, of the commission, are keeping journalists further away from the building. We have been pushed further back so that we just give them some time to deliberate on all the issues that they want to discuss as the commission prepares for the fresh presidential elections scheduled for October 26th. So the meeting has just begun at about 3:30, 3:45, and we are still waiting for it to end. The chairman of the commission said that after the meeting is when he would address the media, or rather there would be a press briefing to discuss, to sort of highlight some of the issues discussed and what transpired in the meeting. Earlier on, as I mentioned, there was a disagreement on the agenda, and both sides had gone to consult with their principals and with all the other party leaders before the afternoon session begins. Victoria.
All right, Andrew, before I let you go, did you manage to speak to any of the party leaders or representatives on what their principals told them when they had those consultative meetings?
Well, none of them has talked to the media. Before, when they were leaving, we asked them what happened in the first session of the meeting and why it had lasted only about 40 minutes, and nobody said anything. They said that the commission would address us. They said that they were happy with what had transpired so far, and that the commission would address us afterwards. The chairman of the commission said that there will be an afternoon session, and after that is when we would be addressed. It is just through trying to find out what had transpired in that meeting is when we found out that there had been a disagreement on the agenda of what was to be discussed in that meeting. That is where they went to discuss with their principals. But when they have come back, no one has been free to address the media. They have been saying that they will do that after the session is over.
All right, thanks, Andrew Cheng, giving us an update on the afternoon session of the meeting with IEBC, NASA and Jubilee leaders. That's still ongoing, and of course, we'll be getting the outcome of that meeting later on in our subsequent bulletins.